Gamecube! Oh, I've torn my groin. So it's 2000 and current year, and the Gamecube, this little square bastard, or should I say cube bastard, because a square is two-dimensional and a cube is three-dimensional, is more popular than ever, with the likes of Super Smash Bros. Melee still being an incredibly popular esport, and just the general resurgence of this thing due to illegal, dirty emulators, which I never ever use, of course. The Gamecube is still alive and well in 2019. But actually, this little thing was a bit of a flop for Nintendo. And heck knows why. It had, in my opinion, one of the best libraries of games that a Nintendo system had ever had, especially up to that point. But it only sold about 30 million units. What went wrong with the old Gamecube? No idea. But who gives a shit, that was in the past. All we can do is look back and enjoy Super Mario Strikers like everyone should. Cause fuck FIFA. Fuck Cristiano Ronaldo. Who wants to play as him when you can play as Birdo? The weird, androgynous bird, sucky eggy thing. Sucky eggy! So the Gamecube had a plethora of fantastic games, and I'll talk about some of them today. And my favourite one, and the one I played the most as a child, was Super Mario Sunshine. Now, Super Mario Sunshine was a bit of a weird one, especially to die-hard Mario fans. You know, those fucking virgins. I love Mario, I don't know why I'm saying that. Because it wasn't a typical Mario game in the sense of Mario 64. When that came out, people thought, oh, this is the direction that Mario games are going to go into, and then Super Mario Sunshine sort of shat all over that. But I thought it was a fantastic game, very unique, especially to the Mario series. It introduced a weird sort of weapon, but not a weapon, a travel companion sort of thing called Flood, which was a backpack that shot water, and you can use it as a jetpack as well. So it was a very cool and interesting idea. And the main premise of the game is sort of like Splatoon, but if Splatoon was reversed. So instead of trying to get all the shit and gunk on everywhere in the map, you try to clean it off, because this like weird shadow Mario is messing this island up, and people think it's Mario, so Mario has to go clean it. But even though if people saw Mario clean it up, they would think, hey, hang on a minute, what's going on here? Mario is supposed to be gunking the place, but he's supposed to clean it up, so why is he gunking it in the first place? It's very nuanced and very it's very what the fuck am I saying?
I have no idea.
It's a very nuanced game, a lot of plot twists and what have you. I'm lying, there's no plot twists. There's no plot twist. Fuck my mouth. But you have this beautiful open world, or open island, because it's just an island, set in a very sunny sunshine. Super Mario Sunshine, that's probably why they call it Super Mario Sunshine, eh?
I would imagine so, yes.
Yeah. In this tropical island, and it's a very beautiful game, especially, like I said, if you do run it on a dirty emulator, you can bump the resolution up and the textures, and it looks great. It's definitely the dark horse of the Mario family, especially when the likes of like its predecessor was Super Mario 64 was such a revolutionary idea, such a revolutionary game to have the biggest mascot in gaming in 3D, and they did an incredible job with 64. And then after Super Mario Sunshine, it was Super Mario Galaxy, which again was just beautifully made, fantastic game. So people tend to forget Super Mario Sunshine, which I think is a fucking shame. And if you're ignoring Super Mario Sunshine, I want you to hang yourself.
I ignored it.
And now on to another Mario game for the system, but one I've only played just recently, and I alluded to it earlier in my intro. Super Mario Strikers. Well, a very interesting game, interesting idea. They haven't done one since, but it's essentially just FIFA meets FIFA Street meets Mario, and it's brilliant. You have different power-ups you can use a la Mario Kart, to tackle opponent, or you can do one where you get the blue shell and it freezes the opponents, and you can it might freeze you as well, so you gotta be careful with that. And it's a weirdly satisfying game. It's just, if you're a big fan of Barcelona FC, which I know a lot of my subscribers are, they use like tiki-taka football. They just go pass, 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 shoot, and it's excellent. And so you pick a captain. It's either Wario, Donkey Kong, Daisy, Peach, Mario, Luigi, Genghis Khan, Charles Manson, Harold Shipman. Ignore those last three, they're not real. You pick them as your captain, and then you pick your teammates, which can either be Hammer Bros, the little turtle fuck, Birdo, and some other fuck, I can't remember. I've done some really good research for this video, as you can tell. And then you have your team, and you can enter into different cups. Again, a la Mario Kart. You have the Flower Cup and whatever other pretty shit they have. And you just go on and progress, and the tournaments get harder and harder as you go. And it's that simple, and it's brilliant. So each team captain has their own like finishing move, where you can power them up and take a shot, and if that goes in, you get twice the goals. So a very simplistic game. I would recommend it. Another one of the underrated Gamecube games, in my opinion, or in fact of all gaming, is the Pikmin series. Now we've got a Pikmin 4 coming out quite soon. I think it's next year. But it astonishes me how many people haven't played Pikmin and don't really know about it. So you're Olimar, and you crash onto a planet, and you're a little tiny little alien, and you get control of these like little leaf fuckers, but each of them have different properties. So you get different coloured ones. You have the grey one, which is like rock, and you get other ones. And basically you control these little guys. You make them do your bidding, like slavery. But ignoring the slavery undertones, it's a very cute, just a very nice, wholesome game. Where it's essentially like an RTS, so you control this whole fleet of different little Pikmin, and you have to go through challenges, battle bosses, and it's a really enjoyable time. It's just such a shame to me that most people know Olimar from the Smash Bros. Series, because his Pikmin games are really, really nice. Going off the Gamecube, if you play the one on the Wii U, it's bloody beautiful. The shrubbery is very realistic, and it's just a really nice game to play. Another one that I would highly recommend. Hence why it is in my video about the Gamecube. What game do I have in this? Oh, I was just talking about Pikmin, and look.
I knew Pikmin was in it.
God, it's like one of those fucking magician tricks.
Yeah.
You know, when they're like, oh, so what's your name? And then they open up the envelope. I'm like, it's your name, isn't it? Wow.
You'd make a really good magician.
Thank you. Because I look like a paedophile.
Yes.
Now on to the most popular Gamecube game. Still at the minute, it's still one of the most popular esports in the world, and that is Super Smash Bros. Melee. Now don't twist my balls about this, people. Alright? Don't suck my fuck about it. But I actually prefer the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate that just came out. I know, it's sacrilegious. It's sacrilegious, and it is delicious to me. I want to eat all that sap? Eat all the sap. But while I get why Melee is the most popular, is the most revered, I just really like all the different characters in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And I get that Super Smash Bros. Melee was this huge, like, gargantuan moment in esports, because it was such an improvement over the original Super Smash Bros. That it was a complete phenomenon, and it is still today. I mean, that's still one of the most watched esports in the world. I get it, I do get it, but I think the development that Nintendo have made in the new Super Smash Bros. Games is quite something. I know I'll get a lot of flack for that, but you know, you can suck my testicles. So to be honest, I don't really have all that much to say about Super Smash Bros. Melee, because it is so revered and people much more intelligent than I am has talked about it in length and in depth, so go watch more of their videos about it. And I mean, if you played Super Smash Bros., this is where the core mechanics from that game have come from. So it is a good game to get a history of Super Smash Bros. If you want it. Now, last but not least, my favourite game on the Gamecube. That is Pokemon Colosseum. If you watch my previous videos, you'll know that I have a massive hard-on for Pokemon. So obviously, Pokemon Colosseum would be one of my favourite games to play. It's again very simple. You just battle Pokemon, and I never played the story mode of it because I know there was one, but I just used to like to get the really powerful Pokemon into an exhibition match and just beat the shit out of like fucking Ditto and other little pussy ass Pokemon that can't stand my fury. And the graphics for the time, especially for Pokemon, were so good, especially compared to like the Game Boy Advance games of that time. So this was like the first game you could play where I felt like those Pokemon were about to jump out of the television screen and rip my throat off if they're a really nasty Pokemon. I mean, if it was like Jigglypuff or something, they would just make me want to sleep. Not sleep with them. I don't want to sleep with Jigglypuff, Sam.
Yeah, you do.
So me and my brother, we played 2-player and we battled countless times. It was usually a mixture, because you had to pick a roster, a Pokemon roster. It was usually just like Entei, Suicune, and Raikou, against each other, because those were perceived as like the most powerful ones, because the Pokemon, the third movie had just come out, and they were like the figure points of it, and everyone loved them. Elemental dogs that everyone wanted to play as, especially me and my brother, so we would just battle it out, and it always ended like, oh, you beat me? Oh, well, we have to rematch, and then we would just never ever stop it. So that was the Gamecube. I mean, it had such fantastic games. It had an amazing controller that they still continue to make for the Switch, especially for Super Smash Brothers. And you know, it's for a console that didn't sell that well. It has such a big cultural impact right now in current year. Even slightly after, when this was pretty much on its deathbed, they brought new life into it by building one of these things into the Wii, so people could still play the Gamecube games. And God bless Nintendo for doing that. So here's to you, Gamecube, you little fucker. My Gamecube is really dirty.
Yeah, I did think that.
Why'd you let me show it on camera then if it's so dirty? Here's hoping in a few years' time we'll have a Gamecube Mini to hook up to our HD televisions. Come on, Nintendo. So thank you so much for watching my unscripted video on the Gamecube. I'm sorry it's been so long since I've uploaded onto this channel. I've just not really been feeling like it. If you can, please subscribe to me. Comment down below to see what your favourite Gamecube game is, and I will no doubt disagree with you. And I will see you later. Bye bye.